Hey everybody, this is Ken Meeks with the Ken Meeks Show. We're here at Knife, downtown in Buckhead. Great restaurant. So I have a question. Do you recommend getting married before pursuing the film industry, or once you get established, which that can be forever, you stay focused and then wait? What do you recommend? Some may say, keep your eye on the prize. So I'm interested.
Well, I was married when I got into the industry because I was, actually old, because then like in my late 20s, and that's old in Hollywood standards, when I got into the industry and I was already married. And I think, and luckily for me, my husband doesn't take any of this mess seriously. You know what I'm saying? He had his own career. I was lucky enough in that he said, do your thing. Wow. He let me pursue it. The more and more work I began to do, he was okay with it. And it's never a good time. It's just like it's never a good time to have a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you just have to make a conscious choice that you're either going to make it work as a couple, or if you have somebody that has an issue with every little thing you do within the business,
right,
then you ought to know jumping off, that is not the person for you.
Right.
But knock on wood, I seriously, I am a blessed woman. I ain't lying. I am a blessed woman.
You've done everything right as far as
yeah,
at the table, you've never had an issue.
Yeah, I've just, every now and then he'll be like, where you going? But for the most part, he's been very supportive. My money is his money. My money is his money, and he pays all the bills, I pay everything else,
Right.
And we make it work that way. So yeah, I would never even begin to tell, no, you need to get married before. It just depends on the individual. It depends on where you are emotionally, spiritually, as to whether or not you need to be joining with somebody. That's,
spiritually.
I don't think the career has anything to do with it. That's about you and God and that person you're talking about marrying.
Right. So before I let you two answer that question, I want to piggyback on what we said about the woman making more. If you did, I don't know your situation, I don't want to know, right? Mm-hmm. But if you were the breadwinner of your household, would you still allow the man to pay all the bills? Or would you be like, since I make majority, I got this, you know what I'm saying? My money is your money. I'm gonna take care of this, and I'm gonna help you get to where you need to be, whatever your goal is. Or would you allow him to, would you like say, okay, I'll still allow you to pay as much as possible?
Well, I think that just depends on what he and I agree on.
Okay.
If he wants to pay the bill, knock himself out.
Even though you're making the majority?
Even though, if that's what he wants to do, okay. And like I said, I'll take care of everything else. But if we agree that, you gonna pay this, I'm gonna pay this, we'll split it down the middle. I think that's where you have to come together as a couple, as a married couple, and just not assume certain things are going to happen, but that you have to agree upon them. Because when I really think about it, I think I do make more money than my husband. But ain't an issue for him.
He don't care.
He don't care.
Like Mr. Duke said, cut the check.
Yeah, where we going on vacation?
So we going on
You know,
vacation.
because he knows I'm going to pay for that.
And you don't have a problem with it.
No.
Why like that?
No.
Because now, Diesel, go ahead. Can you talk about, well, you married? Okay, you're not married. So, a lot of women these days, you see it all over social media. They're saying, well, I'm not going to be the one to spend this or pay this. And if he can't come to the table, and look at you laughing, I see you laughing. If he can't come to the table and provide for me, because they use that one line in the Bible, the man's supposed to be the provider. If he can't provide, look at that, he can't provide for me, then I don't want it. So I'm gonna let you elaborate on that.
Well, the question that you asked earlier was being married before or after the career.
Right.
I would say there's a lot of variables at stake, because if you get somebody early in the career, then they can grow with you. They'll be used to the long hours, the days away. You're going to another city for sometimes a month or so at a time. But then, like in my case, after a certain age, you start developing a little success in the business. You start wondering what someone's agenda is. Do they want me for me, or do they want me because I'm an actor? Because I'm known and whatever. So
That's
it's
the
really
scary part.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Especially when you get a certain age and you're not married, you never know. That's always an issue. Like, is there an agenda? Is it you
Really?
They're like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, actor and all this. Do you want me for me, or do you want me because of what I do? So.
But you might be an actor not making 2 cents. So what's,
Well,
you know
A
what
lot
I'm
of them,
saying?
some of them don't.
but still, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people who aren't in the industry, they automatically see you on TV and they start thinking, oh, well, he's making Will Smith paychecks or whatever.
wow.
So they don't know that there's a journeyman actor, somebody who just basically loves. I mean, I actually own a business. Like, this isn't what I do 100% of the time, because I started in so late. I started a business so I can follow my dream of acting.
Right.
And now I'm doing both of them. But a lot of actors, local actors, they work 9 to 5 jobs.
Yeah.
But when you go to the movies and you see them on the green screen, you automatically think they made it. Like, my inbox stays full, and I'm like, I ain't making money like that. I wish I could make my living doing this.
Right.
But as of right now, I'm not. So that's my take on that.
I'm going out with family and friends. They expect you to pay for the
Exactly.
meal because
Yeah, because
they
they think you got money.
They think you got
I'm
it.
still waiting for these residuals to hit.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I can tell you a true story. I've never been married.
Me either. I want to be.
Blessings.
Me too, but my success has been, to a certain extent, the enemy of my relationships. Because for the most part, people got with me so they could get something from me. I don't mean emotionally,
Financially.
financially. And so I was, it happened like 15, 20 years ago almost. But I was, had broken up with this young lady because she was an actress and she wanted to, every time I had a film that I was directing, even if it was an all-male film, she expected to be in the movie. And so I just, no more. So we broke up. And so around 7 months, I went to a, thank you, I went to this party at this club, and I was sitting up at the bar, and this young lady comes up to me and says, "Oh, you're Bill Duke?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." "Oh, you started talking." I liked her, So I said, "I have to ask you some questions." I said, "Are you an actress?" She said, "No." "You Want to be an actress? No. Okay.
Okay, we get somewhere.
Are you a director? No. You want to be a director? No. Okay. Are you a producer? No. You want to be a producer? No. I said, oh, phew. We can get along. Okay, so
Thank you.
we started dating, and after around 3 months into our dating, one morning we woke up and she kissed me on my cheek and she said, "Hey, I left something for you under my pillow, but don't go under the pillow until you wake up." I said, "Great." So I went back to sleep. I woke up, looked at her pillow. It was a script. She was a writer.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot to ask her.
If she was around.
Everything but
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Like, is you a gaffer? You an electrician? You a DP? Everything but right.
Wow.
That was a true story.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
So
Oh, wow.
I'm not saying anything bad about all women or anything. I'm simply saying,
So do you think if you would have had gotten married, that it would have slowed you down?
well, marriage and children are a whole thing unto itself in terms of time, commitment, So it's like you have to be very aware of what you're going to willing to sacrifice, because you don't want to be at home with your wife and children and be resentful of the fact that you think they took something from you. So it's a balancing act, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be honest and truthful and being able to know what you're willing to give up and what you're not
Right.
willing to give up.
Right.
Because if I'm in the house with you and the kids and I'm miserable,
Yeah.
that's called purgatory.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. It's
You know what I
hard.
mean?
When I first got pregnant with my daughter, because all that time I had been, going back and forth. At the time, I think we were living in Detroit, and I was flying back and forth to New York. I was studying at Strasbourg the whole bit, just living my life. And then I got pregnant, and I was like, oh, wow. And when I had my daughter, my mother said to me, "You're not going to try to keep doing that acting thing now, are you?"
Wow.
And that just really sparked something in me, because I was like, I had a baby. I don't have a terminal disease, or I didn't die, or, I'm not dying, And so at that point, even though, and this was nothing but my ego, I had planned on taking some time off, spending it with my family, spending it with my brand new baby. When she was 3 months old, I contacted my agent in New York and I said, listen, call me if something really, really good comes up, just really good. And of course, she called me that next week. And it was a play at the Arena Theater. It was Holiday Heart. I have never in my life prepared for an audition the way I prepared for this audition.
Wow.
I was dead determined. And I think it was just because people thought, well, she's got a baby now. Everything in her life is going to change. And I was determined to prove that was not the case, that I could make it work. And I got the job.
Thank
And
God.
of course, I got the job and then I panicked. I was like, oh God, what am I gonna do with this 3-month-old baby? And, You know what? Black women are amazing. I don't care. Black women are amazing. When we have to, and even before that, we kick it in.
Yes, they
excuse
are.
my language. We make crap happen.
I got a sister, a mom, and a daughter. So
Yeah, so I listen, put on my big girl panties, put on my boots, and I made every phone call I needed to make sure I had everything in place when I got to DC. Because one, I wasn't leaving her at home because I knew
Right.
my husband wasn't gonna be able to take care of her. And when I got there, thank God, I had a director that knew, because he almost didn't hire me because I had just had a baby. But the guy who had the lead in the show was like, don't let that be the reason you don't give her a job.
right.
Because he wanted me in that show. And he went ahead and he hired me, and thank God, he was like, you know what, let's make this work. 6 o'clock on the dot, I found a beautiful daycare right across the street from the theater. Down there you can go. There wasn't nothing, nobody but God.
Nobody but God.
And it all worked out. So I don't think if you're determined enough and you have a partner that's willing to, okay, let's make this work,
It's going to work.
you can make it work.
So who was the first person that, this is a question for everybody. Who was the first person that believed in you?
Me?
Sometimes you got to start with you. Because
It was me.
I tell family members, mom, brother, sister, hey, I got this, I'm going to do this. They don't believe it until they see it.
See it.
And once they see it, oh, I knew you had it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not the kind of person that seeks out other people's approval. If it's something I might just very quietly. Nobody might not
But that's
know
good.
what
That's
I'm doing.
because you're perfect, Donna. We just
No, nobody's perfect.
We
trust
figured
me.
it out already.
Nobody's perfect.
Because I need
And
to
you
know if I'm doing, and maybe that's a bad thing. What about you, Diesel?
What, the first person?
Yeah, who's the first person
I
to
would
believe?
say the same thing as Donna said. It was
It
me.
was you. Yeah.
I'm from a small city where this stuff doesn't really happen for us. From a city in Indiana, Michigan City, Indiana, small city, and we have people that were successful that grown up to become successful. But as far as thinking as big as, for the lack of better words, I hate saying this word, Hollywood, no one would try to achieve something like that. It took me to get to my late 40s, 50s before I even found out that I could really do it. So I would say me, and my mother, she always was one of those kind of people who say you could be anything you want to be. Like she would say, you want to be the president, you can be the president. Although I wouldn't want that job, but she instilled it in me, so I believed in me, and that's pretty much it. I pretty much, my mother and my father, I love my father. I live with him right now. He lives with me,
Right.
but he still ain't feeling it. He still ain't feeling it. He would have been happy if I would have got a job at the steel mill where he worked, because he had already established that for all those years. He had worked at the steel mill for over 30 years. All he had to do was make a phone call, and I would have been in there. But I'm like, I just don't want that life. I don't want his life. I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Mr. Duke, who believed in you first?
My parents' side, I think my mother and father both, but from a professional side, in high school we had a teacher named Miss Walker, and English teacher. And I was very introverted, tall, black, and considered ugly. So total introvert, and I had feelings, but I wrote it in a journal. I would write it down, and all my thoughts and feelings. Thank you. And I write some poems, whatever. And but I used to write it in, also in Ms. Walker's class, also what she's teaching, writing my journal. She said, she warned me twice in my class, pay attention to what I'm doing. Don't stop writing. I said, okay, but I kept doing it. So one day I'm writing, and after the class was over, she says, Duke, come here. She takes my journal. I said, what are you doing? She said, I told you to start writing in the journal. I haven't done it. So guess what? Give me that journal. Gave her the journal, and I hated her. I mean, I was so angry. And so 3 months went by, come to class, looked at her, hated her. And one day, after class, she, class was leaving out. She said, hey, Duke, come here. I said, Miss Walker, she said, come here. Came to her. She said, hand me my journal back. She handed me a placard. I said, what is this? She had entered my journal into
Wow.
a competition contest. And my journal had won a prize.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So she believed in you.
Oh, wow.
It was, I had no idea how to respond.
Wow.
Of course, I was supposed to hate her,
Right.
but the person I was supposed to hate believed in me. And that was, so another other story, in junior college, at Dutch Community College, Dr. Hall was the president, and I got a scholarship to Boston University that paid for everything except my room and board. And I had no money to pay for room and board, so I decided I stay in Poughkeepsie, get a job, and save enough money, to pay for my room and board for a year or so. So Dr. Hall was a military guy in the Navy, and he ran the school, but he was very strict and mean, white guy. And so one day, as I'm leaving class, at the end of the semester, I'm going to BU the next semester. He, Duke, come here. Come to my office. Dr. Hall. I said, come into my office. Okay, come to his office. He says, I hear you're going to Boston University. I said, yes, sir. But I hear you got a scholarship. Yes, sir. But I hear that you can't pay for your room and board. I said, no, sir. I'm going to work. He says, he reaches into the vest pocket, pulls on the envelope, hands it to me. I said, what is this? He said, open it. Open the envelope. It was a check that paid for all my room and board
Oh, wow.
for 3 years.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I said, Dr. He said, now that kind of confused me because I was supposed to dislike white people. That was confusing. He believed in me.
He believed in you.
That's great.
See, once those things happen, you start seeing humanity in everybody. You start seeing
the world differently, yeah.
the world differently.
Yeah. That's fabulous.
That's amazing. Well, you all, this has been great. It's been a good meal, and sharing this with the lovely Donna Bisco and Diesel and the legendary Bill Duke.
Thank
Before
you
we
so
get up out of
much.
here, and I ask everybody this, what is one thing that you would love to be remembered by? Right after you hang up the acting role and you go home and you relax, what is one thing that you would like to be remembered by?
Oh, wow. I don't know, that she was kind. really, that she was a kind person, and that's my big thing. It doesn't take a lot to be kind to someone. It really doesn't take a lot. And when people think of me, I would hope that they say she's a kind person and that she loved God. She in her old age, she started listening. Never too late to start listening.
What about you?
I would say that I never sold my soul.
Oh,
That's it.
I got a follow-up question for that. Then we'll move around. You said you never sold your soul, which is amazing. So do you choose the script or the money? Because some people won't do certain roles.
Yeah. I choose the script
Okay.
because you can get yourself in a situation that you can't come back from. You know, so I think you almost have to choose the script unless you're willing to do what I said, sell your soul, because something you do could be a horrible whatever. I don't want to get into whatever genre, but you do that now, that doesn't go anywhere. It's stuck there. As long as it's filmed, it'll never disappear.
Wow.
So you can't undo that.
So some roles you won't take.
There's some roles I won't take.
Well, there's a lot of things, but in terms of my industry, I teach this to all my acting students, you know. Let them know that I hate for people to say what they do is acting, because it sounds like you're pretending or you're... But the great actors, after they've learned all the words in the script and they get on that set, the great ones fall into darkness backward.
Wow.
And they trust something they cannot explain.
Wow.
There's something, if you trust it, it just comes out and becomes. So you're not acting, you're being.
Wow.
And once you're being, and you're, like she said before, you're in a scene with another person that's being, it's magic. It's magic. And these days, they're not being taught that. If you say the lines, and you try to be funny, or you try to be sad, or you try to be angry, there's a craft to acting. It's a craft. It takes courage.
No fear.
You don't know how it's going to be because you're falling the darkness backward. Just put your hand in God's hands. That's. And it always works because your ego is gone for that moment. You're not. The great actors, man. It's amazing to see their work, you know. But anyway.
Great. So before we end, I want to give you all your flowers, Mr. Duke. There's a lot going on in the world, but I've never heard one bad thing about you. Never heard you doing anybody wrong. Never heard you getting divorced and you caught up in this huge alimony. Even if you was, I never heard of it. So whatever you've been doing, you need to shine some light because you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So I want to give you your flowers. You deserve it.
God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know, every time I call, you come. I appreciate that.
God bless you.
Diesel, man, you know, I've seen you, you've been around, you've even been in the building, did amazing work, man, and give you your flowers. Because I've seen a lot of people on Country Wayne, even though it's a skit, still multi-million people are watching it. And you and Coco killed that role. Like, for real, I think you crazy for real, man. You played the hell out that role. And Miss Donna, want to give you your flowers as well. I know we just met, but I did some research, and I'm like, she has done a lot. And a female, I have a daughter. So you being a female in this game and you making moves like the men, you have defeated the odds. Women went from not voting to being in the seat that you sit.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
Thank you so much.
So I give you your flowers now.
Thank you.
That being said, thank you all for tuning in. This
Thank you,
has been
sir.
amazing.
God bless you.
An amazing meal from Knife. The lamb chops was amazing. Honey, the waitress, was amazing. Nick,
They forgot the chitlins, man.
they forgot the chillings and the pig feet and the hog maw.
That's right, and the hot sauce.
Oh yes, you got to put the hot
Other
sauce
than
on the
that,
table.
amazing. We definitely got to do it again, man. I like this. Thank you all for tuning in.
God bless you. Thank you.